Hello everybody, welcome to the White Tiger Tarot. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Today's pick a card is a transformative message from your spirit guides. Okay, something that's going to help you see something clearly, transform something powerful. Okay, so as always, we'll keep it short and sweet and we'll allow spirit to guide us. We're going to do things a little bit differently, as you'll see in the piles, but still allowing spirit to guide the decks in which are used fully and completely. All right, so I will give you guys some time to meditate on your cards, and I will see you in your pile. Hi, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. This is your transformative message from your spirit guides. We're going to get right into it. I know I said we're doing things a little differently, but we're not really. At first I was going to put all the decks out, but it really didn't make sense. So I'm just going to do it how I normally do it. It was just too many decks. Spirit and me, we like to use a lot of different decks for the messages, so it just ended up being too much on the table, and it didn't really make all that big of a difference because I just pick them anyways in the moment, and yeah, it doesn't change. So anyways, this was your stone. I believe this is carnelian, or no, that's not carnelian. Sorry guys, please let me know. I promise I will try to do better with my stones. Okay, but anyways, the Hunter. All right, so this card definitely reminds me of the Knight of Wands. It's like a single pointed focus. It's literal the Hunter, right? It's not stopping until you've, achieved the goal or caught the game. It's not stopping until something is fully and completely in your possession or yours, achieved. So yeah, it's like taking action with like your full energy and full force. It is very much masculine energy, although it's interesting because the goddess that was mentioned for this, it was a goddess mentioned. What was the goddess's name? One second, let me check. It was a Greek goddess. She was a hunter. So although it is definitely reminds me of more masculine energy, the goddess that they mentioned with this card is a female. Okay, and it is Artemis. Okay, so yeah, she was a hunter. Used a bow, like a bow and arrow, like on target, right? There's a target that is wanting to be reached here, and I think you are well on your way. There's like a lot of energy and action, whether, I don't know if you're already having this being taken, I don't know if you're already in that energy of taking action, or it will be coming in soon, shortly. Okay, but your guides are here to say, like, we're helping you with this, we're behind you with this goal, with this achievement, with moving in this direction. Maybe it's a new direction, but there's a lot of like excitement, but also sureness. Like, I don't feel doubt here. I feel like total assurance and like almost like a calmness of spirit. Especially, see, we have the going with the flow here. It's the Ace of Cups. Yeah. Okay, we'll get your cards and then let's see. Wow, 10 of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands. So going with the flow in the Hunter, this is like paying attention. They really want you to pay attention to your inspired action. Go with the flow of, be very very aware in the moment of how you're feeling, of what the moment is asking of you, because that will give you the most straightforward and assured path forward to your goal here, which is a very big goal. It's a foundational goal with the Ten of Pentacles. So this is, let's say it's career, right? But it just affects your entire life. It affects your stability of your family. It affects, maybe how you present in the world. It affects your experiences that you're able to have in your life. Maybe you really want to, travel around a lot. Maybe you want to have the freedom to do that within your work, but still, make a good income. Okay, that's definitely, you are well on your way to that, and you have a great focus, and they're telling you, like, we're here with you. So make sure, and look how relaxed this person is, and that's the kind of energy I was feeling. It's like, it is so focused, and there is such a large goal at hand, but there's almost a relaxedness to it. And so I don't know if this is already your approach, or this needs to be more of your approach, where like you don't have to worry about 5 steps ahead. They're just saying go with the flow of the moment. That will get you to where you need to be, as quickly as possible, in the most efficient way, with the best results. Okay, they're saying your ships are coming in, and there's going to be a time of taking action, of fully committing or fully deciding on something, or going towards something, or taking an opportunity towards something. Okay, where the path is like starting to fully, you're stepping into the path. All right, it's no more like behind the scenes, or it's not so much like a decision to be made with the 3. The 3 is fully stepping in. The ship has arrived, and we're stepping onto it to take us to the next destination. Okay, so it's the action. All right, we're now stepping into the action of the experience of building this. And they're saying you don't stress yourself out. Just enjoy every step there, every step of this experience. Take it all in, because it's going to allow you to collect experience, color. We see her robe has a bunch of colors here, and we see all the colors of the people here, right? So you're saying take in every single experience. Every single experience is a key factor to building this dream, to building this life. Okay, so don't rush anything. Don't try to get ahead of yourself. Go with the flow of what's happening in the now. And they want you to know, like, don't worry, you are exactly on target. You are on the goal. You are heading exactly where you want to be and where you want to go. Just take it in. Take in the journey there. Go with the flow of what's happening. That you don't have to worry about, is this, should I not be doing this? Is this, it's like wherever you are is where you need to be, and you can trust that. And they're like, soak it in, take in all the information. Everything here is needed for you. Maybe the people you're with have key pieces of information. Even if it doesn't make sense to you at the moment, it will later on. Okay, so they just want you to be super present with each and every step of this journey. Even if because you don't just go from 0 to 100. I mean, of course that can happen, but usually, there's all the steps in between, and each one of those steps is so key to creating the whole picture, to creating the full thing. And each and every step creates the full picture, right? So they're saying, don't let these things go to waste. Really soak in where you are at each step of this process, because each step is key and is important for you going forward, to make this as big or grand or as widespread as you envision it to be. Okay, because you do have a very specific goal, a very, excuse me, I'm just going to take a drink. A big vision, right, that you're heading towards, and all of the actions being taken on the way there are equally as important, you know, as the goal itself. It's all pieces of the goal, right? It's pieces of the puzzle. We won't have the full picture, the full puzzle, without every single piece that goes into that. And that's building blocks. That's people we meet on the way. It's information that gets collected. It's skills that we learn. Yeah, maybe that is, you know, traveling. You travel somewhere new. Don't let anything go to waste. You know, talk to as many people as you can. Pick the brains of all of those that you encounter. If that's maybe, you know, you starting in a new company, and it's like, oh, I want to be the CEO. And it's like, okay, well, we do have to build to that point, right? So even if you're at a lower position, but you're in, right? It's like you're in. But even if you're not at the position in which you're envisioning, right? Take in even if you're in a lower position than you ideally want to be in, or where your faraway goal is just saying where you're at is so important to where you'll be, and to how great of a maybe a business owner you'll be, or a leader you'll be. Maybe you want to bring a lot of people together, and so you're having to like have these experiences that allow you perspective to become so great. Okay, and so take in everything, take in every little thing, and don't let any experience go to waste or wish you were somewhere else. Being present with every step. Okay, I think we got that message. Okay, we'll move on now. All right, we're gonna still use the same deck. What does pile one need to know? Okay, so we have the Two of Swords, and we have the Sun with innocence, schizophrenia, and innocence. Yes, it's the same kind of message here. It's even if you're in between worlds, even if you're not quite where you want to be, and maybe you haven't quite left, you know, maybe the past totally, be present. Be present. Take in everything that's around you. Find joy and gratitude, even in the smallest of things, right? Even in what seems insignificant. Okay? Those are where your biggest transformative moments and information is lying. And you know why it's lying in these tiny things? Is because you have such fire, and you have such determination, and maybe you run fast, okay? And I can definitely resonate with this. And even in this reading, I'm feeling very, very relaxed, very calm. Like I'm feeling like this, right? And this is how they want you to feel. This is what they want you to focus on, is slowing down a little bit, taking in, being present with all the small things, especially if you feel right now like you're in an in-between phase, or you're not exactly, you're not exactly there, but you're making progress, right? So they're saying you're so determined, and sometimes that can look like impulsiveness, okay, running too fast. And so they want you to just slow down and take it easy, and see where you're at, and be in flow, and see what the moment calls for, instead of trying to be 5 steps ahead of where you actually are. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with being where you are. There is nothing wrong, because you will achieve this. Okay, you know that. You know your vision's true, and I know it can be really exciting, and we can almost get too excited because we have such a grand vision. We know our potential. We know how great it is. And so we want to get there so fast, right? And so they're just saying, look, you're going to get there. Okay, you're going to get there. But just try to get there as easeful and peaceful and enjoyable as possible. Because if you just rush by it all, you're going to miss all of the beauty and all of the moments that were meant for you to learn the most from, okay? So that you can make this as broad of a spectrum of beauty and experience and depth, and the wholeness of what it is you truly want it to be, the wholeness of your vision, right? It's like every experience they're giving you right now is adding to that vision. And so you don't want to bypass anything, okay? You want to make sure you're taking it in, you're looking at everything, you're being present with everything that is being presented to you, right? I think these things are here, these experiences are here to open your mind, to expand your awareness, to expand your sight, your consciousness, your heart, all right? So that this thing can be as spacious as it needs to be and wants to be, right? You don't want to just, like a shortcut, okay? For example, let's say we're going for a walk, and we could either take the long way, right? The long route, or and the long route is filled with, maybe there's a waterfall that you pass by, there's a river, there's all of these flower fields, right? And so you're going to run into all these more animals and beauty on the way there. But we do have a destination to get to. Or you could take the shortcut. And the shortcut, it's very, very, maybe it's a man-made trail. And it's quick, it's no fuss, whatever. You get to the destination. And you can do that. You can do that, but then you miss out on so much beauty. You miss out on receiving the experiences that are there for you to gain enlightenment from, to gain clarity and awareness, a wisdom, okay, a wisdom that can't be learned by having shortcuts all the time, right? That's why when we get so, disheartened if things are difficult or taking a long time, and we get so impatient with spirit, and we're like, man, why can't we just get there? But we don't understand the gift of the long way. We don't understand the gift of the journey, and the more eloquent and adventurous pathway there, that we receive so much more. We get such beauty, oh my goodness. Like when I was starting, I would have I want to be there right now. If I had my choice, if it was up to me, I'd be there right away at the snap of a finger. And do you know how much I would have missed? Like how many experiences that I gained from the long way that I would not trade for anything, right? And so that's what they're trying to do. They're like, don't be such in a rush to get to the other side, to get to your end goal. Go with the flow of where we're trying to take you, because we're trying to give you such beauty, such amazing experiences, and maybe, friendships and moments with people, moments with beings, moments with source, with God, with the universe, and with yourself, right? That are priceless, that are, you can't buy these things, right? Your only thing is time. And once you get there, you'll look back and you'll be like, I see why every single thing had to happen. And I'm so glad that I was present through it all. I was so glad that I appreciated all of it, even if it may have taken a bit longer. If you get there right away, you don't appreciate it the same. And it's not the fullness of what you want it to be. It's only a small piece, right? If you get the shortcut, it's You don't get all the friendships along the way, all the connections, all of the wisdom gained, and you know, the things about yourself that you learn. Okay, so we'll move on. Look at that, you have the King of Wands. So, like I said, right, with the Hunter reminded me of the Knight of Wands. You are in the process of becoming the king. So right now, maybe you're in the Knight mode. So you're taking a lot of action, you're doing a lot of learning, maturing, growing, right? And these are all key important times and things to learn and grow from in your life, because you are becoming the king. And you cannot become a king without experience, you know, without the wisdom and building the confidence to know yourself as the king. That doesn't just come. Like, my goodness, I did not have the confidence, right? When I was first starting out, I wanted the goal, but I did not have the skill set. I did not have the confidence. I didn't have the fullness of self, right? So that's what they're doing here, is helping you realize the fullness of yourself, of your capabilities, of what you truly can build, okay? Because each of these experiences, it tacks on something to this idea. And so it helps your vision create with each experience into exactly what it needs to be. Because starting out, we have a very limited viewpoint of even what's possible for ourselves, what's possible for this goal. And so all these experiences add to that vision. Okay, so they add to you, they add to your ideas of what is possible. They expand your mind to more limitlessness. Okay, and so you are on the path of becoming the king, of becoming unstoppable, of becoming, you know, someone who knows themselves and who is a trendsetter, who is unmatched, you know, no one can copy it. Like, it's a true original, a true unique vision. Okay, and so you want that to be full, in its fullness, in its true glory. And that is the path you are on. And so enjoy the journey, enjoy the pathway. Okay, that you are going to get your goal. You are on the path to the goal. So it's not so much, it's like when you take a walk, right? You want to get to the store. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm thirsty. Let's say I'm thirsty, and that's my goal. And so, yes, I would like the water. But on the way there, it's like, I know there are just so many amazing things that I don't want to miss. Okay, so just try to stay as open, present, going with the flow as you possibly can, you know, while you're getting there, while you are building this goal. And just know, with that knowingness, that you are building it with every step, with every new experience. You have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, dude. Like, please don't worry. Please don't rush this. I mean, I don't like to give guarantees, but this is pretty much a guarantee. Like, you are creating a very, very fulfilling, full life for yourself. Okay? Something that's going to give to you emotionally, you know, within the heart space, within your own self, like self-fulfilling and also abundant, like legacy. Okay, this is like reaching everything that you've ever wanted and gaining that stuff. And so, and that doesn't just come overnight. We have to be patient, and we have to let that process happen. You know, if we want the full thing, I mean, you could stop at 7 or 8, right? Eight of Cups, right? But we leave things behind in order to gain something more, right? So maybe you are leaving something behind at the moment, and maybe, and right, and that we see that here with the schizophrenia. So it's like you're leaving one world for another and going with the flow. Going with the flow of life, and maybe that means leaving something in the past and kind of having this focus of this new experience, right? Really allowing this in, walking towards it, you know, taking in the fullness and yeah, all of the positivity. This is such a positive reading. I know I've given you a lot of advice, but obviously that had to come through. But look, you have the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is recognition. Look, she has the star at the top of her head. This is success. This is a lot of people seeing you, knowing you, okay? You have great success here. You have great fulfillment here that you are accomplishing, that you are getting to. So go with the flow. Enjoy the journey. Even if that means walking away from certain things, know that where you're headed is always gaining you in this vision. Okay, you are always growing and gaining. You are, look at your guides watching over you here, watching you go down the path of your highest achievement. Okay, and becoming the person that you are meant to become. That's what's happening. So, you know, don't have any fear if right now doesn't look exactly like, you know, the full thing, that you are in the process of becoming, and it is becoming. And so keep going and keep learning and keep growing, keep being present and experiencing. All right, and you'll see where you're about to walk into something much new experience. It's going to be very, very eye-opening for you. That's going to bring in so much light and love and positivity into your life. Okay, yeah, you're gonna feel much more, I think, present and relaxed, and yeah, you're building something very, very big, very, very big. So enjoy it. Okay, enjoy all of it, every process, every step. All right, pile one, thank you so much for coming to reading today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss another reading. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading, pile one. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. This is your transformative message from your spirit guides. All right, you guys chose or are attracted to the cave. All right, so we see two eyes here, and we see like almost like a pressure point here being pulled. It's almost like, to me, it looks like a calling in, right? And we see the third eye being lit up. Like, this is definitely deep transformation, the darkness within self. And they say this is the cave is like the center of the heart. So it's the source, right? The source of our power, the source of all. Yeah, we're going to allow, all right, Spirit to guide us. So I don't know if you're being called to go within, to go, you know, into your own darkness, maybe, you know, meditating in the dark, in a more dark and quiet space. If there's something that wants to be revealed, if there is something, yeah. Let's see. I want another archetype card here. It's like such a powerful depth. I can't, those eyes, they're so subtle, but they draw me in. Okay, so we have Don Juan. Speaking of drawing in, right? Spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. Look at that. That's kind of seductive, right? Like it's so, oops, pulls you in. There's something that's seducing you. There's something that's like pulling you in, like, come here, right? And then, look, seeker, oh my goodness. There's something for you to seek here. Light attribute, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. Shadow attribute, an inability to commit to a path once found. There is something calling you within yourself. There's something trying to pull you in, something seeking. And this card it's like the Hermit, right? Maybe there's a path calling towards you, or there's some kind of higher knowledge calling you. There's something about yourself or your path trying to seduce you in, trying to call you towards it, trying to get you to seek it out. Maybe go deep within yourself. Maybe there's some self-knowledge or self-learning or shadow work possibly that needs to be done, that needs to be explored. Like how it says positive, seductive qualities. Maybe there's parts of you that you reject, because maybe you see it as like maybe you are a flirtatious person, or you're very attractive, or you have something about you that pulls people in, and there's something there that it's calling to you. Right? It's like there's something there for you to understand or look into deeper, to seek out, to go exploring in your own cave here. Okay? It's something about your own maybe darkness, right? We have the black here with the Dawn Wand. So maybe there is something about you that is attached to your seductiveness, and maybe it's been a thing in your life. Maybe you know this to be a thing. And if not, it's something that's just calling to you, that is seducing you, that it's calling you in. And don't be afraid of it, okay? It's positive, seductive qualities, right? It's nothing to be afraid of or ashamed of. It is calling you in for a reason. There's something there for you to gain. All right. Or even just deeper understanding of yourself. Maybe, what this is, the higher reason behind it, that it's maybe not a bad quality about you. Maybe you felt ashamed of it before. Okay, so we have the Five of Wands with totality. I'm hearing go all in. Go all in. Which makes sense with the cave. Go all in, like total commitment to the path, to this shadow work, to something that's been calling your name, pulling your attention. Okay. So we have the King of Pentacles here. Page of Cups. Queen of Cups. Three of Wands. The Fool. And the Eight of Pentacles. Get one more. Oh, two more. Okay, these came out together. So Knight of Cups with trust, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. All right. Sorry, I'm just going to shift these over because we would be able to see everything. Just got to do a bit of shifting. yeah, there's something here calling to you that's going to help you feel more stable in who you are. And okay, look how seductive this King of Pentacles is, right? Like he's doing the same thing. He's got his robe open, he's relaxed, he's open, right? He's even like kind of has like a calling gesture, but like that's pretty seductive if you ask me. He's got the grapes, he's got a comfy spot, you kind of just want to go sit with him, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's you have a positive seductive quality to you. There's something about you that is so inviting, so warm, and it makes people want to be with you, to be in your presence. And that is something good about you, okay? I don't know if that's something that has to do with your shadow that needs looked at, that needs healed, that you think is like maybe a negative side to you, or something maybe people in the past have, or parents or people around you have looked at that as like a negative thing, or maybe it has, developed as a negative. This could be, maybe you've cheated before. And this is not for everyone, okay? But this is just an example of the energy I'm getting. Maybe it has, because when our shadows are not, healthily looked at and loved and seen, they can present themselves in negative aspects. Okay, and so especially if you have this seductive quality to you, that could, make you easier to fall into temptation, right? Because so many people are attracted to you and drawn to you. All right, so what they're asking you, your guides are telling you to go within the self, go within the cave of self, at the center of your heart, find the gift of this quality of yours, go seeking within yourself and totally commit to this, okay? Because there is something here that maybe you're still feeling trapped in or held back in. They want to set you free. They want to open you up, because there is a lot that wants to be received here, okay? And wisdom that wants to be given to you and received by self, right? Opening up the crown. Look at this. This is like a kundalini rising, right? This is being that total openness. And your seductiveness is going to help you spiritually. This is a spiritual gift. And we see that here with the reds and the oranges. Okay, they're saying connect in with that, connect in with your base, your root, the oranges and the reds. Okay, orange and red, that is your sexual creative power. All right, it's going to deeply help you if you can connect to it in the right ways. Okay, it's going to help you gain abundance in your life. You can use that seductive quality to pull in manifestations, to pull in positive things in your life, okay? Desires that you want, okay, that are positive. You can use this for the positive in your life, okay? You just have to set yourself free, and you have to not think of it as maybe something negative or a block, or hold yourself back. You just have to use it within the proper channel, okay? And they're saying you can trust. Maybe you have a new beginning here. Because we have experiences in the Fool. So there is like a leap of faith. And maybe there's something you have to commit to. Maybe there's something unknown you have to commit to. Maybe there's a new path opening up for you where you might have to go down a path untraveled. And maybe that's calling to you. Okay, maybe there's a pathway that you don't know a lot about that is seducing you in. Okay, if that first message may or may not resonate, maybe it's both. I don't know why I got that. Let me know in the comments. Okay, but there's something here that's going to allow you to step into your abundance, into who you truly are. But I definitely see you as a very attractive person. Okay, and that does not have to at all be a negative thing. It's actually a very positive quality to have, and it's going to make you very, very comfortable in your life. Okay, So there is a new beginning, a new experience that is definitely calling your name, that is trying to get you to follow it, to go towards it. And maybe it's unknown and it seems you're like, I don't know, I don't know. It's there's so much I don't know going into this, but for some reason I'm so attracted to this. For some reason I just feel so pulled. Okay, and so they're saying fully commit. You have to fully just commit yourself to this path, totally go towards it, totally have this just leap of faith. Go with where your heart is calling, where your gut is telling you to go, because there is so much learning, so much connection, and so much for you to gain as a person, but also financially. Okay, because we have the Eight of Pentacles here as well. This is going to change your day-to-day life. How your day-to-day life looks. It's going to up level your everyday in a very positive and prosperous way. And so they want you to trust. They want you to fall into this. Allow this to happen. Allow yourself to go. Allow yourself to expand. Allow yourself to have this new experience. And don't let your thoughts, the worry, the anxiety stop you. They're saying, you don't have to be worried. You can trust this. You can trust this new beginning. You can trust this leap of faith. You can trust this new path or this new person. Maybe it is a relationship, okay? And maybe this is unknown, but there's something here of the unknown that you're meant to fall into. And maybe for some of you, this is the spiritual path. Maybe for some of you, you have to kind of go within and look at what's there. Maybe look at trauma that has been calling your name, that you kind of have to look at, that these things have been blocking you, or there's something here. Maybe this is a past place. Maybe these are, traumas you haven't looked at. It's going to be different for everybody, but there's something that you are meant to now step out of and trust, and step into receiving, step into healing, step into a more solid and stable time of self, of your life. Go into the unknown, completely commit, and just take the leap. Just trust in what's attracting you. Trust in what your heart, see, we have the heart here, what your heart is calling you toward. Okay? Don't listen to the worry. Those are just illusions of the mind, fear. Okay? That you can trust what's coming up. It's going to allow you to receive your desires, to receive what it is you need to know. You can trust. Okay? You can go. You can trust. You're going to receive so much. Okay? So much inner healing, so much learning, so much more confidence in yourself, in your path, in who you are, and also so much more abundance, maybe confidence in your work and what it is you do, in your just day-to-day life. You have the Wheel of Fortune. It's time to commit. It's time for this shift to occur in your life. Okay, we have the Hangman. And Justice. We have the Page of Cups twice. So yeah, something new on your heart, something new. And exactly, there's a new desire that is being awoken within you, or there's something, like we said, the center of the heart, right? There's something that's been on your heart, or that's been calling to you to follow it, to go towards it. And maybe you've been in that time of the cave. Okay, for some of you, this is you going into the cave. For others of you, this might be you coming out of the cave. Okay, and seeking something beyond the cave, going into a new experience or a new beginning. Okay, that is going to allow you to step out of the cave, of maybe the chains, of this hangman type energy. Maybe you have been doing a lot of healing and you finally see what has been on your heart, what is your heart's truth. okay? And it's like your heart is cleared and full, and now is the time for you to step down the path of the light, okay? It's like we have done maybe the darkness, we've done the shadow work, we've done the dark path. Now it's time for us to become anew, to break out of this old shell and to allow the light in, to allow ourselves to go towards this new beginning, this new experience that is wanting to be had, okay, by us. That is our heart. Our heart is speaking to us. It's trying to get us and call us towards something new. Okay, 5 of Swords. Yeah, it's like you're seeing something different. You're seeing something maybe in a new light, or you're seeing self in a new light, or yeah, I don't know if you're seeing something differently. You're seeing something that not a lot of people are seeing, or they're turning their back on, or you're seeing yourself in a new way, something in a new way here, or it's like you've changed, and maybe your goals have changed, or what attracts you changes, or what what you focus on is changing. And so it's like something about your heart is calling out to you in a new way, and you've changed. You maybe see self, you see the world in a different way, and so now it's calling you, and now it's asking for your complete trust and totality going forward. Now the wheel is shifting, okay? And so it's like another version of ourselves, another version of life is wanting to be birthed, is wanting to be expressed and come through. All right. And it's like, look, there's a new thing being dangled in front of us. And we're like, oh, can't ignore that. I can't ignore that. I have to go toward it. I have to explore this. I have to see what's there for me. I know something, even if I don't know the full extension of what this is and what it's going to look like and what it's going to bring me. I have to explore it. I have to go towards it. There's something there calling me further, calling me in. And maybe it's a new passion that you never in your life thought that you would be interested in, but you're like, all of a sudden, it's just, I have to go try this workshop. I have to go, travel to this place. There's something about this country that's just calling me there, right? And maybe it's a person, right? And maybe I've sworn off relationships, okay? But there's something here, a new experience that is calling my heart, that is pulling me toward it, that is going to help you open up spiritually, and is going to help you receive more in your life, more abundance, more intuitive guidance, and deeper knowing, deeper emotional intelligence within yourself, because now we're moving out of one stage and we're taking a new path, right? So we're opening ourselves up in a new way to new experience. Yeah, shadow with the moon. So yeah, it's like you've been in a time of shadow work. Some have been in, some are being called to do shadow work. So let me know in the comments what stage of this you're at. Some of you are being asked to switch into the light. Okay, to let go of the shadow work, let go of the cave, come out of the cave, and move on, start something fresh. Others of you, the cave is calling you, the shadow is calling you, okay, to go within yourself, to look at things that are maybe unhealed, traumas that you know that are there, things that need to be forgiven or accepted within yourself, that you may have been avoiding, or you may, if you have any part of yourself that you demonize or you judge harshly, or that you are ashamed of, that is, you need to look within the shadow. You need to go into the cave of self, okay? And there's things that need to be looked at within your heart, forgiven, okay, and loved and cherished. And that is going to make you so unstoppable and so balanced within self, where you are now, after you can do this, you become an open receptor to love, to your desires, to abundance, like to all of the things. You become free of the cages of the past. You become free of all the things that have held you back, from all of the limiting beliefs. Okay, you have to follow what is calling you, whether that is going within, if you know you have things that you've been avoiding, and if you have been avoiding coming out of the cave, okay, where you've done enough shadow work and there's something of the light, so maybe outwardly, maybe it's time to move on, maybe it's time to, start that thing, to physically move, to give something a chance, then you'll know this is your time to move on from the cave and to come out into the light and start something new. Okay? But this is not a time to be overthinking and worrying. This is a time to trust in your heart, trust in your knowing, trust in what's calling you, and what you know on a soul level you must do at this time. To seek, use what is trying to get you to seek it. Look, the light. Okay. Yes, that is the sun. We have the Three of Cups and we have Judgment. So it's beautiful. We have the shadow, we have the light, and truth. So yeah, it's time for a new phase of whatever you're in. So for a lot of you, it is time to come into the light. It is time to take action in a new way. It's time to see yourself as the, as the healed being, and to start this new thing, to come into the light, to go towards what your heart's calling, to go towards something pulling you, a new awakening, a new adventure, a new portal to go down that is going to lead you to a lot more celebration, maybe a lot more new relationships and friendships in your life, people who get you and understand you. You don't have to be afraid that everyone's going to misunderstand you. Okay, you can trust in where you're being led. You can trust in this new beginning. You can trust it is leading you to better relationships and better friendships. Okay, that you don't have to be a hermit forever. It's time now to step out. It's time now to come into full realization of everything that you've learned, that you are ready. Okay, you are ready, you are complete, you are balanced. And for others of you who do feel called to go within, to maybe, stop focusing so much on the outer world, that I really need, to heal this thing because maybe it's causing a lot of sorrow within myself, a lot of worry and destruction in negative ways. By you doing this, it's going to bring you into freedom, into the light, okay? It's going to help you awaken into new ways of being and living, and of ultimately celebrating, okay? Into having that gratitude that you did it, that you did the work. Into these beautiful connections and we have the trophy. It's like feeling that reward for all of our hard work, right? Feeling rewarded. Wow, I really did it. I really overcame something that I never maybe thought I could. All right. So that was your message, pile 2. Please let me know in the comments where you guys are at with this, because I really was receiving both there. So everyone's going to be different, but yeah, there's so much beauty here. There is something calling you of big purpose, big, great new beginning that you might have to walk in without not a lot of answers, but you will receive such blessings, such happiness, such joy, connection, gratitude, reward, for maybe walking into the unknown in some way, for doing something that scares you, from doing something that that challenges you, right? That's going to challenge where you're currently at, and it's for your growth. It's for the next stage. It's for you to finally step through into the light and be that whole and complete balanced person. And you're going to be so grateful you did. You're having a big awakening right now. All right. So congratulations, pile 2. This is really big. And yeah, I wish you guys nothing but the best along your journey. Yeah, and if this reading resonated, please let me know and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss another reading. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you in the next reading, pile 2. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your transformative message from your spirit guides. You guys were attracted to the vision. So this card talks about like a destiny and having a vision that we get coming into this life, into this world, and that guides us throughout our lives, whether we know it or not. Sometimes it comes through dreams, our inner wisdom. Sometimes it just calls us and we don't know why, or certain, realizations or visions about what our lives could be, about who we could be, drives us forward. And when I was looking at this card, it's funny because, so let's say this mountain is the goal, it's the end vision, and someone says, look, you can get here, and it's this site of great beauty and peace and serenity and a great adventure. You can get here. Would you still do it if you had to go through this dark forest, on the way with a little light guiding you? It's kind of like there is great reward at the end, but there's also all of this unknown, kind of like darkness, challenge, like the moon, like a labyrinth that you kind of have to make your way through to get to the other side, right? It's kind of giving me that kind of vibe. All right, we're going to let the cards speak here. Spirit guides of pile 3. What do they need to know? Okay, 10 of Wands. Okay, I'm gonna take these. There is something coming through because the 10 of Wands came out on its own, so I want to kind of address this quickly. And the 10 of Wands can be like the dark forest, right? It can be the hard work building up to the vision. It's all of the, it reminds me of like, especially with this image here, it's like I don't know if this is the right word, toiling the fields. Is that the right word? I don't know. But okay, when you make a garden, right, you have to churn the soil. So that's a very demanding task. It's a very physically demanding task. But it's like key of the foundation, right, of the vision of the garden, right? And you guys know how I love my garden analogies. It's just easy for me, okay? But yeah, it's like it's collecting the compost, and that takes a long time to make good compost because you've got to collect a lot of meals, right? You got to collect a lot of scraps and build it up and mix it and churn it, right? And so it's all of this foundational work that goes into behind the scenes before we can actually see the full vision come into view. Okay, before we can actually, maybe enjoy the vision or see it happening. And I also get this vibe of, I think you're a very energetic and alive and awake type of person, someone who's very, very colorful. And I think with people with a clear vision, they have that, they have that energy. This card talks about that as well. But there's also like a humbleness of having been through all of this difficulty and tough energy and you know, making it all happen and making it work out, and that can be tiring and that can deplete our energy. And this card also talks about that, like being, if you feel tired, right, it's a time to connect back with your vision. So maybe you've been a little too focused on the building of the vision, of the physical aspects of, you know, making it work, you know, building, you know, yeah, focusing on the physical. And maybe you haven't been spending enough time within yourself on the spiritual aspect of the vision, on sitting in the vision and enjoying it within the heart space and within the mind, right? Especially with these hands here, it reminds me of hands in a lap, like sitting in contemplation, meditation, relaxation. All right, so that is a message, okay? So we have the star. Beautiful. And that's like that goal, right? That vision that we have that's projected outward, that's our vision. That's our dream, that's our wish, that's what we want our life to be, to look like, to embody. That's who we see ourselves as being. Again, with the vision, look at that. Your vision is very clear. And we have a lot of owls. We got 2 owls there and 1 owl here. The vision is clear. The vision is true. The vision is your guide. We have the Queen of Wands. Put her here. Page of Wands. Ace of Wands. Wow. And the 5 of Cups. Oh no, 5 of Wands. Wow. So we had we had Queen of Wands, Page of Wands, Ace of Wands, 5 of Wands. Wow. What a vision. What a dream. And it's like, I think you can see your vision now coming into view. And I think the hardest part of making this vision real is ending. The foundation part, right? Where it's all like that hard work putting it in to make the foundation of the vision come true. And now we're getting this new energy where it's almost as though our vision is becoming clearer. We can almost step through the vision in a real way. Okay, where it's like, wow, okay, now it's really working, or now I actually get to act upon something in the vision, and I'm seeing it maybe with my eyes. Okay, it's becoming real instead of just a faraway wish or a dream. Okay, it's me actually stepping into the vision and becoming the vision, becoming the person that I always, you know, envisioned myself to be, that I always imagined, you know, myself doing. I always imagined myself being here, doing this, having this, right? It's we're now ending a really kind of the toughest part of it all, of the hardest work and the really draining work. The probably most work with least reward. And now we're coming into a new start, or like a new aspect of this vision where it's real, where our dreams are it's not just in the ether, it's not just in a possibility one day, it's actually part of who we are. And it's not just this, you know, it's not just an idea, it's actually us. It's actually part of us and part of our lives, and we get to interact with it and we embody it, right? It's part of us. We are a reflection of this great vision that we always carried. And I love all of the colors. We see all of the rainbow colors. It's that coming into full view. And so we have the 2 aces here. We see all of this. Look at all of this energy coming down that once was a vision, that once was an idea, that once was just in the cloud, right? And then it's like, and the more and more we worked, the more and more in the physical that we focused and worked towards this vision, the more real it became, and the more it came down into our lives and started coloring our world and coloring who we are, right? We are becoming the dream. We are becoming the wish. We are becoming the person with the life that we always wanted. And now it's becoming real in the physical. Now we're actually starting to see it and see ourselves as it and being reflected back to us, right? We're seeing the dream being reflected back to us, and we're like, oh, it's me. And now I am that. I am the vision. It's my life. I see it everywhere. I see it all over the place. I have stepped into the vision. It's showing itself back to me now in my physical world. Wow. Wow. This is beautiful. So I think you're finally clearing from the forest. You're finally clearing out of the darkest time where you weren't sure if you were lost, you weren't sure if all these efforts you were doing were even getting you anywhere, getting you to where you wanted to be, because those are the times we have to work in the dark, with just faith, with just the vision pulling us, right? We don't have any real answers or real evidence to show us that it's working or to show us that it's happening, right? And we're still working through all our own shadows. So we don't even, maybe fully see ourselves as this person or as the one doing it all, right? So now it's like there's this newfound sense of self, of confidence, because you have all this experience under your belt. You've achieved so much, right? And now it's finally working. Now it's finally being reflected, and you can see it. You can see it in your outer world. You're feeling it because you're feeling more confident, because it's now giving back to you, right? Now it's like you get to set off on this new path, and it's there. It's part of me. It's part of my life. It's something I can touch and feel. It's like deeply connected to my higher wisdom and my higher spirituality. Or just, that deep knowingness that my vision is finally coming true, right? I am finally stepping into what my dream and wish always has been. And so here I am, and I'm not ashamed anymore, because I can see it now, and I realize self as this, and I realize this is my life, and how unique it is, and how different it is, and I'm not ashamed anymore, because I'm not still trudging away without the answers. Now I have real, tangible things. I have real tangible evidence. I have, people who know me for this, or I'm much better at this now. I'm much more skilled, and I have a lot more knowledge, experience in this from all the things that I've done and worked up to. And so now I feel like you're finally stepping through in the light of it all. And now it's just part of you, and it's coloring your world, and it's just everywhere. And you're like, wow, I did this. Now I'm reflected in everything I do. And I think you are such a pure reflection of this beautiful vision that you held and you hold, right? And now it doesn't have to be this far off in the future thing. It is who you are. It is the now. It's the present. You're living it. And so now you're embodying the light of this vision. Now you're embodying everything that this is, and you now just get to exist as the vision, as the muse, right? As your own muse. Wow, that's amazing. That's so beautiful. It's like you are the artwork. You are the art piece. You have created your life and yourself into the most magnificent art piece that you could possibly have imagined, and you did imagine it, right? And you're like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get here, to get myself here, to get my life here, to get this project here, right? Whatever it was, and I'm not stopping until it's here. And look at that, like, you really have done it. You really are this vision of wonder, of what's possible, of a true creation. Like, you are the creation. It's you, and you are just reflected in all of your life, right? Everything is you. Everything is this. Yeah, it's because you've created your life out of yourself, right? It's come through you, right? And at one time it was just in the ether, and now it is. That's amazing. Wow, that is so cool. Good for you. Wow, pile 3. I love this. It's like you're going to see yourself in your whole life, and everything that you create, everything that you do, even in your house, everything's you. And you are this amazing energy, this amazing spirit, this star, this shining, bright, attractive. You're so attractive. Like, you are, because you see yourself in this highest light, that everything is from the inside out. And so you're just this shining, like super, super high energy, just, and maybe you're not always high energy, it doesn't have to be that, but it's just like you exude this personality, this character, this uniqueness that is just unmatched, and everything you do reflects that. Everything you are, everything you touch reflects that uniqueness and that beauty and that shine and that brilliance. Okay, and so it's like you are the vision. You have become your vision. Your life has become the vision. And people are not going to be able to look away. And you're just going to be so, so shining bright and so attractive. And look at that. We have rivalry, which kind of goes along with the 5 of Wands, okay? This could, I'll get more messages here, but this definitely could bring in people wanting to be in competition with you, or kind of coming up against you as a block. And maybe this was, I'm going to get more information here. I think whenever anyone shines brightly, it brings in people who don't like that. Okay, people who want to challenge you, people who want to put you down, okay? But I really think that you just see yourself in this vision, and you know that where you've come from, you know how hard you've worked, that it really, you're such a fighter. You're really going to be able to overcome anything, any kind of, you know, person or energy that tries to challenge you. It's like, I feel like people are going to try to compete, but they can't. You're just you. You're so unique. You're so different. And this might even be you, you know, that you have overcome so many of your own blockages, so many of your own, you know, negative thoughts, so many of your own limiting beliefs, okay, that now it's becoming so clear and so open, and you just know what your next moves are. You know exactly what you have to do. The vision is just so much more clear, and I think you have overcome so much. Okay, so we have hidden agenda. We have surprise villain. This is interesting. I'm going to move these up. This one's a little more tricky. Discovery and whoops. Okay, what's coming through? Hold on, I want to ask a question here. It's coming through as other people to me. I keep asking because we have the 5 of Wands, and it's you. It's all you. Okay, yeah, so I mean, I can't ignore this message. I don't know exactly what this is, but it seems as though there's someone who feels rivaled to you, or there's someone who feels maybe intimidated by you, threatened by you or by your success. And so they might try, I think you discover that maybe someone, like, I mean, with all these cards, we have hidden agenda, we have rivalry, and we have surprise villain. We have discovery of, like, maybe them trying to sabotage something, or them, like, maybe they made things more difficult than they needed to be in your life. Or they did something behind your back that maybe caused a slowdown in your progress, or maybe someone who was talking about you behind your back. I don't know what it was, but someone here is not maybe who they seem to be. Someone who actually just feels threatened by you, and so maybe they're causing chaos in your life that didn't need to be there. And it's like you discover that, and maybe it causes an argument, or it causes a fight, it causes a splitting apart of an energy. But I want to get more information here on this, because this stuff happens, right? Especially when you do have such a brightness and a bright future and a bright vision, and like you have really accomplished so much, and you are getting seen. Okay, it might attract people, or it might make people turn on you that you weren't expecting. Okay, maybe they turn their back on you, and milk is spilled, right? Where it's like, okay, like maybe the cat's out of the bag. You open Pandora's box, and now we can't go back to being close anymore, or we can't go back. The relationship can't be repaired. Maybe you're just discovering energy about people in your life. Okay. And it's maybe you're seeing kind of the shadowiness of certain people when you start stepping into this power and this vision, and I'm sorry for that. It's definitely not easy, right? It's not an easy thing to deal with and go through. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords of schizophrenia. Maybe right now you feel like, am I just making all of this energy up? Like, maybe you just feel something happening, or you feel some weird energy, but you can't quite put your finger on it, and so it's making you feel a little like crazy. Like, am I just like totally, is this just in my head? Right? But I think you're going to discover something that makes it undeniably clear, or there's going to be something that happens that creates a tower moment where it's out. It's out. What you were feeling maybe comes true or is correct, or something happened. Maybe you're in this in between phase, and you're like, maybe you're in two worlds. And you're like, well, I don't know if I should leave, because, I feel kind of this weird energy, but I haven't had any physical evidence. I don't really know what it is. And then something happens that just forces you to just make the decision. You're like, okay, I'm out of here. I'm going. There it is. That was my go ahead. That was my confirmation that there was kind of weird energy going on, or there was kind of sketchiness, like people having this competition with me that I didn't even know I was a part of, or talking behind my back, or making things harder in a certain way. And then it's like I didn't have any real thing. I maybe couldn't physically see anything, or people weren't being upfront, right? And so there's something that happens that triggers something that it's like, okay, there it is. Now it's there. Now it's known. Now I can't go back now. And maybe that makes a decision going forward easier for you. Maybe it makes it easier for you to leave something, to leave a relationship, leave a place, go forward with something that maybe you were kind of going back and forth upon because of maybe these relationships, or this relationship, or I don't know. I can't, let me know in the comments if this is resonating. I don't know. A lot of you might not even know about this yet, so it might not even resonate quite yet. Okay. Queen of Wands twice. Look at that. You have such a beautiful, warm energy, such a giving, open, like, you are beautiful. You are such a light. You have so much to share, so much to give. Okay. And don't let anyone tell you differently or make you feel wrong, make you feel like you aren't this special, unique, and beautiful, and just like fine, yeah, like stunning and creative and unique. Don't let anyone make you feel different than that, or separate, or not enough, or like you're doing something wrong. Okay, for being you, for expressing yourself, for sharing your gifts. Okay. We have the Hangman with new vision. You are becoming anew. And that means the old you is falling away. Maybe an old life, maybe old connections are falling away. Let them. Let it crumble. And if that helps you move on, let it happen. Okay, but you're seeing yourself in a new way. You're seeing your life in a new way. You have the vision and then new vision. I just realized that. Yeah, your vision is coming true. You are becoming the one who is always meant to be in your vision. You are the new vision, right? And so this new vision might not be able to hold everyone of the past or all the energy of the past. And so it's going to fall away. It's going to fall away, and it needs to fall away. And even if it creates, you discover something that's hurtful or harmful, or, a side of someone that isn't, ideal or nice or whatever, it's okay. That it's meant for you to let go. It's meant for you to find out, and so that it's easier for you to move on. It's easier for you to move toward this new vision. Okay, it's not meant to come with you, or it's not meant to fit in with this new vision. Yeah, look at that. We have stress and morality. It's like it's like some kind of bubble is bursting on someone, like someone who is of limited mindset, who wants your bubble to be burst because they see you thriving, they see you doing so much and doing so well and maybe shining, and they feel limited. They feel like they don't have the same potential, and so they're going to try to burst your bubble. Don't let them do that. Okay, don't believe in what they say. That you are truly like such a beauty. And this makes me want to cry, because I'm sorry that there's someone out there that is doing this to you, or trying to like take you down a notch, like that's the kind of energy where they're just intimidated by who you're becoming, and they don't get it, and they're gonna try to burst the bubble in some way, and it's not gonna work. Like, it's not something here that's actually going to affect anything, but they're gonna try. Okay, and so it's gonna allow you to see clearly who they are, and what their true intentions are. Okay, and I think you are meant to see that. It's meant to come in to allow you to finally make a choice, to finally allow you to move on something, to go forward on something, to leave something behind. It's going to make your choice very easy. It's going to make the choice very easy. And you go, now that this has happened, now that I see your true colors, I see your true intentions, I have to go. I'm leaving. This is done now. I see you. I see this for what it is. It's done. It's not part of who I am. It's not part of my vision. It's not part of who I'm becoming and who I am and what my life is. And I'm sorry, this energy and this type of behavior does not fit here. It can't come. Man. I'm sorry for that, but honestly, it is a blessing. It is totally a blessing in disguise. Okay, it is totally a blessing, because they're not nice. Okay, they're totally limited in what they believe they are, and so they're projecting that onto you, and they think that they're in this limited mindset, and so they're going to try to tear you down, rip you down from becoming yourself, from sharing your gifts, or from expressing yourself. And they don't see this. They don't see who you are. They don't see you. Okay, they are clouded in their vision. They are clouded of their vision of self and what's possible. And so they don't want you to think beyond them. All right, and I'm sorry for that, because you really deserve more, and you are getting more. Okay, your guides are taking you away from this energy, and they need you to see that, so that you can make the decision, so that you can finally make the choice to go. All right. All right. And this has happened to me in the past, and I'm sure it's going to happen to me, many times in the future, where tower moments, come as divine intervention to show us someone's true colors, and then we have, and then it's an easier decision, right? It just makes it easier, because you go, okay, I felt something, but I didn't know to trust it. I didn't know what it was. And then it just becomes so blatantly obvious, where they show themselves, and you go, oh, okay, I see now, right? All right, so King of Cups. Wow, and the Six of Wands, pile 3. Beautiful. You are just, your heart is so precious, and it's so wise, and it's so full. You have everything you need. Okay, you can give yourself everything you need. You are going to have such success. You have the Star and the Six of Wands. You are going to be known for something in some way. You are going to be recognized in some way for the work that you've done, maybe in small circles, maybe in large circles. But for this vision, for what it is that you do, you are going to shine, and you're meant to have a lot of people know you or eyes on you in some way. And you're going to have eyes on you because you have such a beautiful heart and such a beautiful spirit, and you have so much to give, so much to share, so much wisdom and love to give. Okay, this is something very special about you, and you have the emotional intelligence to recognize this. I don't even think you're going to let it affect you. I think you're going to understand, okay, I can trust what I was feeling, and I think it's going to deepen you in your own knowing, in your own trust of your intuition, of feeling. You're like, I did feel that. I did know there was something there. This kind of gave me that confirmation, or that recognition that I needed. And it just deepens you in your own knowing, in your own trust of self, in your own self-love. This is bringing you closer and closer to yourself, and closer to your victory. Okay, closer to your enlightenment, closer to just that love of self, that love of who you are and what you do. Okay, you are everything you need, and you can provide that for yourself. Okay, you're like, I got me. I don't need anyone to reassure me. I can reassure myself. I fill my own cup. I drink from my own cup. This cup is mine, and I replenish it. Right? So amazing. Good for you. You're going to be a great leader. You're going to be someone who is just beloved. Okay, so love yourself through the whole thing, and I know you will. All right, pile 3, that was your reading, your transformational reading from your spirit guides. What a beautiful one that was. Please let me know in the comments what you thought, if it resonated. Also, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the reading, and subscribe if you haven't already, and like to see more readings like this. If you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you in the next reading, pile number 3. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your transformational message from your spirit guides. You guys were attracted to the mentor card. And this is beautiful because it looks like the galaxy, like the owl has a galaxy under its wings. Like it is providing and holding, the cosmos within it, which that is the mentor, right? It is using all of the knowledge and wisdom that we have gained, and maybe you're about to, either some of you are the mentor, or maybe some of you are coming in to receiving your mentor. But yeah, it's such a special role. It's knowing when to use humor, or when to scold. It's not just being one thing. It's not just being kind and wise, right? Sometimes it's using harshness. It's sometimes using kindness, right? It's whatever the energy is in the room that is necessary at the time. It's being extremely observant of the energy in the room, of the energy of the other person, and what is needed and necessary in that moment for the student's growth and for their higher good. And so we have to be very, very diligent, and we have to be very kept on our toes to see what this moment calls for. And so it's like a Zen master or sensei, right? Where I read a lot and heard a lot of stories about masters. And one of my great teachers, Ram Dass, he would go to a lot of Zen Buddhist monasteries, where, and especially like Confucianism, right? Where they would just they would come up to you and do something completely of the moment, where maybe they would hit their student, right? And it's for that element of the moment, of the surprise, of you don't know, you can't predict, because there's no future and there's no past. So it's so here and now. And so it's using those tactics to awaken the students. And so you really never know what you're going to get at any moment, right? It's using that spur of inspiration, without having anything to really call upon from past or future. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with this deck here. Okay, transformative message for my pile force. 3 of Wands. Everyone, I think, has gotten the 3 of Wands so far. New experiences. The 10 of Swords. You have the 6 of Cups. Strength. And the Devil. Wow. So there is definitely an ending of something that had its claws in you. Okay. I don't know. It's almost as though it was the darkness your mentor for a long time, was pain your mentor. It was almost as though your mentor was the darkness for a long time, and it's a great mentor. Okay. It is, part of it all. It's not just using the light, but it's using the dark, and it's receiving the lessons of of both, right? And these are just names, right? These are just labels. These are just words to describe something. But they're all parts of self, but there is a lot of pain here that was experienced by you from maybe someone, or experiences in your life, maybe from childhood, okay? Maybe from someone who was meant to be a mentor, a parent, a teacher in your life. But I feel like for a lot of this group, that pain was your greatest mentor in your life. It was, you know, you had to experience a lot of harshness, a lot of difficulty, okay? And a lot of you, this happened in your childhood or in your past, but this is ending, okay? This is ending, and they want to recognize how strong you have become through this process. And they're like, we know it was hard. We know it was harsh. We know it was not easy. We know maybe you felt trapped or controlled. Maybe a lot of you guys had addictions because of this pain, or because of the trauma, or because of, you know, a certain person, people, whatever it was. But maybe it felt like you were really living in a dark place for a long time. But what they were creating within you, look at that, is this beautiful flower. Is that you didn't realize it maybe at the time, that it was creating these wings that were going to set you free one day, that were going to bring you to a place of great freedom, and, you know, bring you into a deep place of balance within yourself. That if you didn't go through these things, you might not have, you know, realized and gained the wisdom that was there for you to gain. Okay, that was there within you the whole time. Maybe this lion wouldn't have been awoken within you, of power, of strength. Okay. And I think there's new experiences now that you're stepping through, that are domino affecting in all of your life. So yeah, I feel like a lot of you are maybe now becoming a mentor for others because of all of the things you've gone through. You're going to help others go through the same things, of how you overcame them, of how you know, you didn't stay stuck in maybe a past or a victim mentality, or how you got out of your past situations, how you became freed, okay? And others of you that are maybe still going through it, but it's ending regardless, whether you've already been past this and it's ended, and this is just acknowledging it, or you're ending it in your life, it's about to come to an end. You are about to get a true mentor in your life, okay? Someone who's going to help you, someone who's going to allow the next steps in your life to be taken and guide you further along your path into a more positive, down a more positive route, where you are seen, where you are, because you are so balanced now, it's time for the next steps. It's time to go forward. It's time to leave this behind, and it's time for more positivity and beauty and freedom to come into your life. Okay. Wow. Look at that. We got the star with hope. How beautiful. You are hope. You're going to give hope to people. You're going to give hope to people who are still going through this. Okay? You are the hope. You are the light. Spiritual union. And victory and success. Wow. You are having victory and success over something of the past. I almost want to cover this. You are having victory and success over the past. And maybe some of you, this was an abusive relationship. And so you overcoming that, you finding your strength to walk away from something that felt like it disempowered you to the core, right? Where you didn't feel there was a way out, but you found the strength within you to take the steps necessary to get yourself out of it. Maybe you experienced some kind of trauma within your parents' relationship, okay? And you were able to free yourself of all of the beliefs or the fears, the traumas that were put into you from a child, all of the fears that may have kept you from having a healthy relationship, let's say. Okay, and you were able to find the balance of the light and the dark. You were able to, tame the beast, tame the devil, tame the fears so that they didn't affect your future going forward, or they didn't affect the success of who you are, of your relationship, or from being in union with what it is you want. We see the infinity symbol here twice. Okay, so finding your strength, okay, and allowing that strength and balance of your courageousness to face your darkness, to face your trauma, to face the shadow, the things that would have kept you stuck and kept you in pain and kept you from being who you are or becoming who you're meant to be or having what it is you want, right? You use that instead as a motivating force to propel you to what it is you want, to know that there is more out there for you, to know that I am balanced. So you're using the pain as a mentor to bring you into your desire, to bring you into enlightenment, to bring you into balance with self, to bring you into your wish, into your dream. You said, I'm not going to let this keep me stuck, keep me controlled, keep me down, keep me in fear. I am going to use this to balance myself. I'm going to overcome. I'm going to experience new things. I'm going to set it off in the right way. I kept my hope, I kept my light, and I'm having victory and success over it all. And I'm coming into union with my desire, with my dream, with my wish. And I'm going to help others, mentor others going forward in their wishes, in their dreams, to free them out of their darkness, out of their troubles, out of their fear, out of what was placed upon them as, in their past. Okay, and I'm going to help them come to their own victory and success. I'm going to help them come into union with self, come into union with God, and come into union with, maybe a partnership or with their purpose. Okay, and that's so, wow, stunning. That's incredible. Good for you, Pile 4. You've gained so much. You have done exactly what pain and suffering is there to do, is to teach. It's not meant to keep us stuck, although it does for many. It's there for you as a teacher. It is your greatest teacher, and it transformed you into who you're meant to become. It really was your biggest blessing, right? And it turned you into such a light, such a light of hope, and a vision of hope for so many people. And it will, if it hasn't already, it will be. That is what is now domino affecting. That's what's now happening. Okay. And I think it's because you have finally found your balance within this, and it's finally ended for you, or it is ending for you. Okay. And so you're so much more balanced now. You're seeing and loving and appreciating both sides of self. Okay. And because you've come into divine union with self, now it's like you're just this bright light. And now you get to maybe share your word. This is you maybe sounding the trumpet. Okay, having success in some way, becoming the mentor, or sharing your experience. We have the Tower. Yeah, like in however way you do that, but it's like, yeah, you are having a big success in a situation that really was against you. Queen of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. just gonna have a sip here. Yeah. Wow. It's like so many situations in your life they challenged you so much, they tried to maybe kill you, right? But it's like they really tried to bring you down. And maybe many times you were brought down, but you never stayed down. Okay? There was so much harshness, there was so much pain, there were so many shady maybe characters or things that happened, and there were so many times where life just came crumbling down in front of you, or there was just you're like, what is this? There was just so much fire, there was so much intenseness or chaos, right? There were so many things that brought your world down a lot of times, but it never hardened you, it never made you give up on love, give up on yourself, give up on your hope, on your dream. You always kept it precious. You always saved it from the tower. You always saved it from getting tarnished or from getting broken, from getting like destroyed. No matter how many times you got destroyed or your life got destroyed, or things about yourself or your life got destroyed, you always kept your hope alive. You always kept your love, your eye on what it was truly important to you, and you never let your heart get broken or tarnished, destroyed. You never stayed down. You used it, every tower moment, as a lesson to add to your heart, to add to your cup, to add to your experience, to add to your lesson, to what you're going to now teach. Okay? Eight of Pentacles, this is you mastering your heart. This is you mastering the tower moments, mastering pain and suffering, and using it to propel you forward, using it in your work, using it to teach, using it to learn, using it to teach others and to express yourself, to inspire others. Okay, you're using it in your work, and how you physically acquire abundance. So it's in your mastery, and maybe you do it voluntarily. It doesn't have to be abundance, but it's something in the physical that you do, that you share, that you master, because you have mastered the lessons. You have mastered the suffering or the pain that you went through. It doesn't mean you know every single experience there is to know, but you have a great well of experience and of emotional wisdom that you've collected from your own heart experiences, from your own suffering. Okay, and you have kept your heart a pure and honest place. You never let it corrupt you. You never let it dry it up. Your well never dried up. You really used it to propel you forward, and you kept alchemizing the darkness, the pain, the suffering into beauty, into light, into things that are going to now help you and bring you closer to self, to love, to God. Okay, and now you get to use it in your work. Now you get to mentor others. You get to use your umbrella of experience to help usher in new people, to help guide people. And maybe this is not even in a physical job. Maybe this is you becoming a parent. I know I've had a kind of similar message recently of this, so I wonder if you guys are coming from, I think it was pile 3 in a reading just a little bit ago. But it's like there is this mentor that it's time for you to pass along your experiences, because you have so much to give and so much to teach. Okay, you have really used it for the light, used it for the good. And that's exactly what it was there for. And you're having a lot of victory and success in your life with this. And it's going to really feel good. Like, you have such a deep well of experience to give people, that's going to truly help guide them in a right way. And you're going to be the mentor that maybe you always wish you had. Okay. And maybe that's in your own family, right? Maybe that's now you get to be the parent you always wish you had. The spark. You have the spark of light. Okay. And the tower, it's like you are the good spark. You are that beautiful, look at that. We have the key. Wow. You provide inspiration and keys for people. Mischief. I love how it came over. Amelie from that's the movie Amelie, and that's her character. She is very mischievous. Okay, and so maybe you do this in your own quirky way. Okay, where maybe you do it. Maybe you're a comedian, or maybe you do it through your own version of humor, and maybe that's through painting. But she brought people together in love. Okay, by using her mischievousness, right? She brought people together in her own quirky way, and it's beautiful, and she's so unique, and all of these experiences made you so unique. Okay, and same with Jules here. Okay, Jules was doing in bad things for a lot of his life, and maybe that's an experience you've had as well. Maybe you've completely changed of who you are. Maybe, you know, you were rolling with some, shady characters back in the day. You know what I mean? It's like it's being that, but he changed. Okay, he changed, and he had his redemption, and he ended up leaving a life of like, killing and things like that. But he was redeemed. Okay, and he was the only one who survived at the end of that movie, really. Okay, um so you are like, and maybe you're someone who's had a difficult past or a rough past, and maybe you go talk to kids or troubled kids at schools, and you're the spark of inspiration. You're this great mentor. You give them the keys to their own freedom, to their own ideas, to their own, like, oh my gosh, I can do this. They did that. They gave me hope. They gave me a dream. Because maybe you use your way of humor, or you use your own unique way to express that, to get maybe young people on your side, or to it's like you use your humor that you have gained through all of these experiences, and your unique character that makes people love you, or makes kids be attracted to you, or whatever it is, and they get you, and you get them, until they feel heard. They feel, oh my gosh, I really like them. There's something there that attracts them to you, that because of your humor, your uniqueness, of how you express. Okay, and you allow them to be free. Okay, you allow them to fly high. You give them the inspiration, the keys, okay, to fly, to be themselves, okay, to free themselves of their own chains, of their own traumas and worries, or limiting beliefs. Okay, you are their hope, and allows them to fly. Wow, pile 4, that is beautiful. Beautiful. Holy crap. All right. Okay, we'll get one last message. Okay. So we have the air element: philosophy, discrimination, empathy. Exactly. It's using, again with the flying high, right? Using maybe our words or our ways of communication. Air is communication and thought, right? So in whatever way that you express your thought, your communication, your lessons, your philosophies, all right? It's using your philosophies of life that have allowed you to lift as high as you've become, and your empathy, your discrimination for how you've been able to, your discernment for how you were able to get yourself here and out of that position. And then we have mantis beings: enigma, elusive, sensitive. Maybe you work with sensitive people, sensitive kids, people, kids who maybe have, who are misunderstood, or people who are misunderstood. And maybe because you felt misunderstood, you have empathy for beings who feel different, feel sensitive. Maybe other people, maybe they're very lonely, right? They feel very separated from other communities or other people, and you're able to see them. You're able to give them empathy. Okay, you're able to give them tools for them to fly as high as possible. Okay, because you yourself have done it. So you are an enigma to these people, where you're like, they're like, oh my gosh, like I didn't know anyone else, has gone through this, or was weird like me, was different like me, and it makes them feel seen and heard and appreciated, and not so different, not so alone. Okay, it's like we can all fly high together. We can all, let ourselves free. Yeah, and you have a very deep philosophy to share, to give these people or these kids or whoever this is, so that we can feel together in this, and that our sensitivities or our differences or what's happened to us isn't, it's not a curse, but it's a blessing, and we can turn it into a blessing. And I'll show you how, and I'll tell you how I did it. Okay. All right. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Pal 4. I love this message so much. And your guides are just amazing, and they're so here for you, and they're so proud of you. And I'm so proud of you. So thank you so much for coming to this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know in the comments, and also give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed. And if you'd like to know more, or sorry, if you'd like to see more readings like this, you can subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading, pile number 4. All of my love. Peace.